This portrait is looking good. All that's left now is the hair.
5 hours later.
Yes, this is perfect. Something is wrong. Hello everybody, I'm May and this channel is the place where I teach you valuable techniques so you can improve your art as soon as possible. Today we'll see 7 mistakes that ruin your drawings. Write them down so you won't forget. Let me know in the comment section later how many of these were you still making up to now. You won't do them anymore. Let's go. The first mistake is drawing every single hair strand you see. This is extremely common because we think the beauty is in the details, so we want to add all the details we can. We want to show how much we are able to put on paper. But in drawing and painting, our most important job is knowing how to simplify. So don't try to show everything you see. Instead, capture its essence through large, medium, and small shapes. Mistake number 2. This one is ignoring the general shape of the hair. That can be related to mistake number 1, which is drawing every single hair strand, but it can also stand on its own. Maybe you already know you need to simplify, so you try drawing hair locks individually. Then you might lose sight of the overall structure of the hair. Doing this will certainly create uneven, out of proportion hairstyles. This is the reason why sometimes beginners' hair drawings will look like this. So when you start drawing the hair, start with a very, very light stroke and just place the general shape of it so you don't get lost in the details. Then you add in the locks. Another extremely common mistake is making banana tips. What are banana tips, you may ask? Well, it's when the tip of the hair is kind of rounded and not pointy enough, and overall the hair just lacks flow because of it. This is a special side effect of learning you should not place every individual hair strand, combined with unsure, slow lines. Sure, this can be a style, like in Tokyo Revengers, but overall it's more common that we see artists do it by accident and not like the result they made. Thus, I suggest you avoid this like the plague at first, and then later on you can decide if you want to make it into your style or not. Now, if you're enjoying this video, you will definitely love my complete tutorial on how to draw and paint hair. It has all the explanations, theory and practice, as well as demonstrations so you can draw along. To top it all, you will receive a skill mastery roadmap, which is a step-by-step plan to master drawing hair within 4 weeks. All of it is inside my Patreon, which you can check in the link in the description. Now back to the video. The next mistake is drawing with wiggly lines. This is usually a sign of weak line art, which is a problem in itself, but it's especially visible when you draw hair. We know hair is flowy, smooth, and full of life. So when we see a drawing like this, it starts nagging at our brains. It screams, something's wrong, and we don't like it. The psychological cause of this mistake is being scared of making a wrong line. But there are no wrong lines. Be confident with what you make. Especially with hair, you can always make another line outside of it and change the silhouette. And if you really dislike the line you made, just erase it or Ctrl-Z it. There's no need to be afraid. Mistake number 5 is something I don't see a lot of people talk about, but for me is one of the most important ones. It's what separates an intermediate artist from a pro artist. The mistake is separating the hair in equal divisions of hair locks, like this. This is so unnatural. Although symmetry exists a lot in nature, it feels extremely unnatural in character art, especially for something as wild and full of elements like the hair. Just like a hair with a perfect center division is unnatural, so is the perfect division in hair locks. That is applicable in both the root as in the hair locks that fall on the sides or back, and it also applies to short hair. But if you take this advice too seriously, you might end up with a hair like this, which can be a character's hairstyle, sure, but it needs to be on purpose. So what's the good balance here? You go back to avoiding the second mistake I mentioned, which is, do you remember? Yes, the hair shape. So you first place the hair shape, then you add small asymmetries within that original shape you determined. The next mistake is not knowing where the hair parts. This is so simple, yet so important. The hair flows from within a certain area on top of the head. It flows like a waterfall. If you don't know where its origin is, where will the hair go? In which direction does it flow? You won't know these answers, and your hair drawing will be a mess, and you hate it. So always keep in mind where the hair parts. Another very common mistake is making split ends. Now, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of those in real life. However, when I say split ends, I don't mean one hair strand divided in two. I mean one hair lock with a split ending. Remember, the hair is like a waterfall. It's not going to open up like this. It has gravity pulling it down. Of course, like any other hair mistake here, this can be a character hairstyle, especially if you want to show that they don't care about the appearance and or hygiene. However, if that is not the case, then make that hair flow down. Make it follow a V shape, even if it's just a tiny bit. And if the hair is short and the hair locks point out, that still applies to individual locks. Just let them have their pointy nature. Don't split it. Now that you know the hair mistakes that you should avoid, check out this next video here to find out more about how to develop your own art style. See you there! Bye!